Yeah! What's poppin', fam? It's your boy Tsunamii D, and welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, welcome. Please make sure to like, comment, and subscribe, and make sure you hit that bell notification so you know when I post a new video. Because if you love me, then why wouldn't you want to know when I post a new video? Exactly. I appreciate every single person who watches my videos. My views they're coming in. They're a lot more than they were last month, and I am so grateful. However, a lot of people that are viewing aren't subscribing. So before we get into this video, I need you to hit that subscribe button. Hit the subscribe button. Hit the subscribe button, please. Thank you. All right, in today's video, we're gonna do a quick little story time. I didn't have a video really planned for this week because I've been so busy. As you can see, this isn't my usual setup. I'm not home. I'm actually in an Airbnb in South Carolina right now for my little brother's graduation. So I didn't really have, with all the planning and all the traveling, I didn't really have a moment to put a video together for today. So this is gonna be the video. Because it's Pride Month, I'd figure I'd tell you a story time of how I came out the closet, or better, how I was dragged out the closet. Now, I'm not putting no blame on nobody, but facts are facts, America. Grab yourself a little snack and a little drinky drink, because I'm about to give you guys the real tea. Picture it, Allentown, Pennsylvania, summer of 2006. I just finished my freshman year of high school. All of my family already knew that I was gay, even before I knew I was gay. My grandma knew, my aunt knew, all of my mom's friends knew. The only one that was oblivious to it was my mom. And I think that's because she was in denial, which is not a bad thing. You want what's best for your child, and you don't want them to go through hardships that, minorities / LGBTQ plus people have to go through in today's society. So that makes sense. However, she was very oblivious to it, and she was in denial, and anytime somebody brought it up to her, it would be like an argument, like, no, my son is not this and my son is not that. Cut to summer of 2006. I had my first experience, I guess you could say, with a guy. It wasn't nothing crazy. It was like my first kiss. It was the first time I felt up on some things, just curiosity of a teenager. I was hanging out with my cousin. She introduced me to the guy because they lived in the same neighborhood. And we hung out. We snuck behind a building, and, whatever. So back in the day, we had little flip phones, cute little Nokias, them type of phones. And we exchanged numbers, and we were texting, and somehow, some way, I guess my mom had texted me, and the message popped up on my phone while I was in the middle of texting or replying back to the guy. And we were kind of talking about what had happened behind the building. And I replied to his message, but it was on my mom's message that popped up. So I sent something quite vulgar, and it sent to my mom. Yeah. And my mom texts back, "What the fuck?" So I had to lie to her and tell her that my cousin was using my phone and she was texting her boyfriend. And I guess the messages got mixed up or whatever. After that happened, I was so scared to go home that I ended up staying over my grandma's house. I had told my aunt what happened, basically, and that I was scared to go home. She was like, "Yeah, it's okay, you can stay here, no problem." So I stayed. And then the next day, I had to face the fucking music and go home. So I went home, and my mom was not happy. She did her 1-2. She said what she needed to say, and we left it at that. And then we went back to business as usual. It was summertime, so I was outside with my cousin and my friends, and just doing whatever we're doing. And I eventually met up with the boy again, and we did some more some more things. Mom, if you're watching this, I'm so sorry. But I guess the truth has to come out sometime, right? So a whole week goes by, and my aunt confronts me, and she's like, I've been talking to your mom, and she's not like happy with what happened, and I think it's time for that you sit down and talk to her. And I'm telling her like, no, I'm not ready. I'm not comfortable. I don't want to do that yet. I don't want to. Tell me why my aunt and my cousin team up and get my mom to my grandma's house. I didn't know anything about it until I was outside hanging out with the boy. I got back to my grandma's house, and my cousin was like, yeah, I'm in your grandma's house. Come in. When I got there, everybody was sitting down in my grandma's room, like basically around, like on the bed, the edges of the bed. And it looked like a fucking intervention. That's very much what it was giving. I was like, what is going on? And then, of course, my aunt was like, yeah, so we're gonna sit down so that you can have a conversation with your mom. And that way we're all here so the conversation goes easier. And I'm like, yeah, I don't want to talk. Like, there's nothing for me to talk about. And then, of course, she's like, no, you're not leaving here until you have a conversation. So I had to bite the bullet. And I had to sit there and give my mom the age-old story that every gay person gives their parents. Or most gay people. I don't want to say every gay person. I basically told her, yeah, I think that I like boys, but I like girls too. I'm bi, I'm not gay. She started crying. She started saying, I can't believe this. I'm never gonna have no grandchildren. I can't believe you would do this to me. And then my grandma starts crying. And then I'm just sitting there like, I don't know what to do. So I start crying because I'm nervous and I don't want to go back home with this lady because I don't have no idea how she's gonna react. Is she gonna beat my ass? Is she gonna accept me? I don't know. Like, my mom was very unpredictable when we were younger. Like, she did not play. So like, if something deserved the ass whooping, best believe I was gonna get that ass whooping. So I was nervous. I didn't want to go. So I asked her if I could stay at my grandma's house for the night instead of going back home with her. And she told me no. I had to go back home. So we went home and things were really quiet for the night. The rest of the night, we didn't speak until the next morning. That's where things get a little tricky. I don't really want to talk too deep about that. Maybe that'll be a story time for another time when we get real deep into it about, like, I guess my life story. Or maybe I'll write a book and you guys can read it then. But I don't think it makes sense to go into the details of what happens next because it's a little traumatizing. I'm not trying to trauma bond with y'all right now. It's not giving that. It's Pride Month. Woo! We're supposed to be happy. So we're gonna keep it on that note. Anyways, to keep it short, we had a conversation. Things just stood quiet. We didn't really speak about it. We didn't really talk about it. I kept hanging out with that boy. And my mom's boyfriend, basically, I guess was driving around and caught me with the boy. And then told my mom about it. And it was that was like hell on wheels. And then things went downhill from there. But again, we're not gonna get into that. I know this wasn't a really big, exciting, extravagant story. But I think I say that just to say everybody has their own coming out story, and everybody has a different journey that coming out story takes them on. And I know sometimes it feels like it's the end of the world or your life is going to change forever. And while that may be true, I just want you guys to know that things get better. I know they seem hard. I know they seem impossible. I know it feels like your back is up against the wall and you have nobody in your corner. But I'm going to let you know right now, you always have somebody in your corner. And even if it's not family related, it's a friend, it's somebody in your own community. It could be a stranger on the street who's gonna have your back. And I just want you guys to never give up, and I want you guys to keep pushing, because life is beautiful, especially when you're part of the Rainbow Alphabet community. Not everybody agrees, not everybody respects it, not everybody accepts it, but guess what? We still motherfucking here. We still motherfucking queer, and everybody needs to get the fuck used to it, because we ain't going nowhere. Thank you guys so much for spending time with me today. I hope you guys enjoyed the story time, and I hope you guys enjoyed spending time with me as much as I enjoyed spending time with you. If you're feeling the vibes, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. And make sure you hit that bell notification so you know when I post a new video. Because if you love me, then why wouldn't you want to know when I post a new video? Exactly. I love you guys so much, and I'll see you in the next video.